All right, hey guys, William Saunders here, and I just wanted to go ahead and go over this lesson with you guys about retail versus professional execution, okay? So I've basically had, someone reach out and comment about essentially the differences, and from my Instagram inboxes that I've been getting, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about execution, and they're having, issues with that. So I want to show you guys kind of like the differences when it comes to executions from a retail perspective and also from a professional standpoint. Okay, so we're talking about professional trading, guys. I'm talking about trading on behalf of any financial institution under any licensing or regulated organization. So this is what I'm referring to in regards to professional trading. All right, so I really want to focus on two primary points. So we're going to talk about the experience process and also the execution process off of both sides, okay? And you guys will have a little bit more insight, all right? Now, if you guys have not taken a look at my other video lessons that I actually have set up, I would recommend taking a look at those, such as the self-educating Forex, and also why does your analysis sucks, okay? So that's gonna probably give you a little bit of a different perspective that would add on to this, okay? All right, so with the experience, guys, understand there is two different sides of the retail trading and professional trading, okay? So we're just gonna start from like a very, very basic point from both sides with no experience, okay? So let's say a retail trader who has no experience, usually typically first thing they're really gonna learn to do is pretty much the broker platform, all right? Whether they start studying first, but it's pretty much getting in there, they're gonna learn how to basically open and close trades and all that stuff. So limiting orders, stop orders, and how to pretty much place trades on their broker platform. All right. Now, outside from that, they're going to begin to study some ground terminology. So like support, resistance, RSI, MACD, end of the day, kind of like all of those ground terminologies that they kind of come in and they feel like they have so much experience for the simple fact that they have a literary understanding of these terms, okay? So from there, they begin to find some strategies, if not trying to develop their very own strategy, okay? So once they kind of have something, then they begin to apply those strategies within the market. And this is applied exactly how they see fit based off of support resistance, MACD, stochastics, and everything of that nature, okay? So typically starting out, they lose trades if not blow an account, all right? So then what happens is they go through and they try to find more strategies, more indicators, more tools, purchase products and services that may give them a much better advantage, all right? So that is pretty much the retail trading experience, and they would go and cycle back through. So then they apply that again, lose more trades, blow more accounts, go back to the drawing board and keep going through that cycling process, all right? So that's kind of like the experience from a retail trader. Now, professional trader, their experience is entirely different. They come in with no experience at all. And then the first thing is they're introduced to a systematic process that is proven to yield results. On top of that, they have an entire trading team that is backing them. Okay, now you guys got to keep in mind that the trader is just there to do their part of the job, where the rest of the team is there to do their part of the job. All right, so there would be a risk management team. On top of that, they would have a analytical team. Okay, on top of that, they would have a overseer, which would essentially be the firm or financial institution manager that kind of oversee them. And it's like basically they're just pretty much a little part in a much bigger puzzle, okay? So if you guys can see, the experiences starting out is entirely different. They have a system that's already whole, complete, and works, and they have an entire trading team that is backing them. Where you guys are coming in as retail traders, you do not have an entire team that's backing you. Matter of fact, to some degree, and I can say a lot of the times, whatever mentor or coach that you have, they still not backing you as if they were an entire team. And without that being said, you guys probably don't even have a solid system with proven results already. So it's like essentially you guys are kind of coming in and just making it up as you go and trying to learn as you go and develop everything as you go. Okay, and that's the biggest problem between retail trading and professional trading. All right, two different differences. So let's go into the executions. All right, so retail developing execution is entirely different from the professional execution. Okay, so once again, retail traders, probably a lot more losses. All right, so keep that in mind. You're going to lose time, you're going to lose trades, you're going to lose money up on products and services that you thought, would actually help you out and everything like that. That wasn't the real case because of whatever reason you may feel. On top of that, you go through the phase of fighting through inner demons. So that's say dealing with patience, dealing with greed, and just like anything that is your personal life and personal habits that are coming into your trading career. All right, so that's your inner demons. On top of that, you're breaking through trading traumas. All right, so this is stuff like if you guys took your, let's say, your car note money or your rent money or something like that because you're renting property and you put that in your trading account and then you blew that money. Okay, now being that you've blown that money, that action for your trading account has affected your real world. Okay, your actual living status, your real life. All right, so that kind of leaves a serious mark, like a traumatic experience on you, because let's say, for instance, by you doing that action, you lost your vehicle, you've got evicted out of your place, and everything of that sort. Okay, so trading traumas is very, very real. It's a psychological thing that can mess you up, and it will take a very long time on your own without an effective process of getting past them. Okay, and that can go from trading without stop losses, that can go from blown accounts, that could go from just feeling confident in proper entry. This stuff can really affect you on a mental level, and by the time you actually notice this, it's going to be way too late. Okay, and it happens to the best of the best traders and everything like that. And if you guys haven't took a look at Reminiscence of a Stock Trader, then take a look at that book and you guys will see the guy that literally went from thousands to 100 million twice, who blew it, end up taking his own life. Okay, so trading traumas is very, very serious. Now, outside of getting past your trading traumas, you've been able to cope and fight your inner demons. Now you're learning what actually works for you. Okay, and you're not getting distracted as much and everything like that. So then you begin to apply this new foundation in the market. And then what you eventually start doing is keeping what's working and improving what is not. Okay, and then essentially you get better with defining this process, and then your results will come. And that results would be consistency. That results would be gains, and that results would be more capital in your bank account. Okay, but you guys got to understand, you're developing this execution process. You don't even have a full clean system yet of really just kind of coming in and taking positions and taking trades. So you're still in a process of developing your perfect execution. And this is why it takes so long for retail traders to come in and have success, because you guys don't know exactly how much you have to go through before you're able to really get to the point of achieving results. And it's going to be at pretty much a race to two things, okay? It's going to be a race until either you get burnt out from blowing too much money and the emotional stress and actually quitting, or you get to the point where you're like, well, no matter what, how much time I got to put in, how much money I have to put in, I'm still going to move forward. I'm still going to press forward. And I'm still going to work hard to obtain that goal. Okay. So I can tell you guys, without knowing the specific process in a specific order, you guys have to create it. And you guys have to learn exactly what is needed of you for you to become a successful trader. Now, what I can tell you, this blueprint of what I just told you guys from the resale side is exactly what you're going through. Okay, so you can kind of use that and just cut corners and get right to the business. And if you guys actually take a look at my self-educating Forex video lesson I did, then that will give you a little bit more insight. Okay, and that's for you guys that are coming from a retail trading perspective. Okay, now understand this: the professional execution is a systematic gateway completion process. All right. Now, hedge funds, firms, financial institution, they don't do everything in this exact order, but they do have a process that is very similar to this. All right, so let's break down the professional execution. Okay, so number one, whether the trader themselves is doing certain aspects of this, I can tell you for the most part, they have a whole team that's helping them gather this information, and they're still pulling the data from specific areas, okay? So let's start off. Now, with the professional execution, they identify the market volatility, and this volatility is based off of a 3-year period, 5-year period, 10-year period, and also in some cases a 1-year period, okay? So understand the market volatility would be the average ranges that the market has actually been trending. So they base it off of the open to close ratio and a high to low ratio, okay? And then that gives the average data and everything like that. So that's a very important process of their trading procedures. After that, they evaluate economical scorecard. This meaning that, for instance, something like GBP USD, the asset, they take a look at United States economy and then take a look at London's economy, okay? And from an economical standpoint, they score this, and then it's produced a number, which is kind of like a grading system on an actual scorecard. All right. Now, once that's done, they contrast the economical to the technical drivers. So they see if they're correlating with each other and they're matching up and everything like that, okay? Now, that is, once again, still prior to taking any trades. After that, they evaluate the market sentiment, okay? Now, the market sentiment is the overall market orders, okay? That's by the banks, the hedge funds, everything. So all of the orders that has been publicly reported by the COT reportings, okay? They actually compare analysis with that, all right? Now, moving forward after doing that, they have their technical drivers that's been contrasted with economical. Then they have their market sentiment, okay? And then they have that. Now they're going to actually forecast available opportunities in the market right now. All right. So what's available for the market? We have all of the information and everything like that. Then next, they produce trade ideas. Okay. So where would we take an entry? Where would our theoretical target profit be? Where would our theoretical stop be? And all of this stuff, okay? So the trader would be more so associated with the trade ideas after he's gotten the data from market sentiment. In fact, after data from the scorecards and the volatility. So he's not going to be actually figuring that out. That's going to be given to him by his trading team, okay? So his whole purpose is trade ideas and forecasting the available opportunities right now, okay? So once he have produced a trade idea, understand this, he places it on a watch list, okay? And then watch that trade idea for 1 to 2 weeks to see if it's actually in profit, okay? Because understand this, real professional trading is about the real trend. So they're working with higher time frames, daily, weekly, monthly, and in some cases, the 4-hour time frame, all right? So if the trend is really going to move, then it will trend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a solid direction. So he places his trade idea on a watch list and see if it's actually in profit or not based on that watch list over a week or two. And then even after that, depending on how much is in profit, if we notice that the volatility net gain, let's say for GBP USD is about 30% in a 90-day span, and we're already in profit 12%, so the opportunity left would be 18% gain, okay? So essentially, they would take a re-entry for the remaining 18% gain, okay? But understand, after it's been in profit 1 or 2 weeks, that's when they execute that profitable trade that was on the watch list, all right? So any trade that was a trading idea that wasn't in the money and it's kind of losing money and everything like that, it wasn't an actual position. So they can just scratch that trade idea. And this is how they're able to work with an entire team and make sure that even if they do have bad trade ideas, that they don't take it and then end up losing money, okay? So that's the difference between a professional execution and a professional experience. So you guys got to understand that. Who is overseeing your trades as a retail trader? Okay? How are you preventing yourself with your trade ideas and your bad entries from actually taking those bad entries? And how are you actually monitoring yourself about your trading growth where you don't actually have the trading experience? So you think that basically it's about just, consistently making money, where it's not really about consistently making money. Consistently making money is great, but there's a lot more into it compared to actually making money. Because understand this, if you go into a trading firm, there could be 10 traders who's following that process, and all of them are consistently making money, but they're still graded about how well they're making that money. And that's the difference between just being consistent. Okay, so I really hope that you guys have a much better understanding in regards to the execution process and the experience when it comes to retail trading. Maybe you guys can find a way to actually incorporate professional execution, for instance, by using a watch list that can actually help you guys a lot more from taking bad positions in a market that will work against your account. Okay, now let me tell you, my students on our high-end levels, we still don't go through this entire professional execution, all right? But I can tell you, we do have a systematic process that actually get results, and I am their overseer, okay? So once they're actually trained on any of our two mastery systems, such as our hedge fund slingshot or the Holy Grail Sage Arts, then basically I'm the one that keep up with their trading portfolio. I'm the one that they reach out to if they're actually in the market and they're having problems and they need immediate feedback for that position, okay? And this is exactly why our students are getting the kind of results that they're actually getting on a highly effective level, all right? So as I stated before, guys, if you haven't seen my other video lessons, then go ahead and take a look at them because it's going to give you guys a lot more insight. And if you guys are looking to really take your trading careers a lot more serious, then all you guys have to do is just reach out to me with your questions, and I would do more video lessons like this for the collective masses to actually learn, or look into a more personalized development plan for you to take you to the next level. Okay? All right, guys, so you should already know the deal by now. Keep in touch with me. You guys got access to my text account number, so send me all your questions, guys, that you may have. I really enjoy these video lessons so that you guys can get a greater insight to how much more you have to go up against when it comes to trading. And I really want you guys to pretty much be steered in the right direction and have the correct information from the starting point, okay? So keep up with me on my other social media pages here, guys. More than likely, there's something down in the description below for you to either reach out with me, get in contact with me, or take a look at our other video lessons that are actually very informative as well. So once again, I wish you guys much success and of course, happy trading.